Look how pretty those are. I love how this turned out. That's personalized because that's the soap I usually make. And this was an experiment, but just as cute. Goat's milk and lemongrass. Woohoo! Hey everyone. So it's been a while since I've done a garden tour and a lot has changed. So we want to take you on a tour this morning. And this morning I'm joined by Mr. Bookfall.
Yes.
Coming
Really
along.
should have done his hair.
Oh, I didn't do my hair either. So, hey, I think I like this though. I like this,
The
floofy, floofy Farmer Marita look. So, we're going to take you out to the garden to show you what's going on there because there's really some really cool stuff going on in the garden right now. So let's get started on this tour. Okay, before we get down to the garden, I just have to show you these peonies. Oh my God, they're so gorgeous, and every day more of them pop. So we've got white, we've got pink, we've got hot pink like that fuchsia back there. This really, really beautiful, I don't know, maybe that's fuchsia. This is fuchsia. Yeah, that's fuchsia. This is more kind of a bubblegum pink. And then we've got this white and this very, very pale pink. Oh my God, I love them so much. Ooh. So one new development is that we're getting fruit on this peach tree that is 2 years old. Actually, I think it's more like 3 years old because I think it was a year old when we bought it last year. And as you can see, we have some fruit. Not as much as we did because the idiot squirrels have been going up and just taking bites out of the baby, which is why we put this bougie little rock on there. But it works. It's just cheap pie plates. But it does work to keep the squirrels off until the tree, and we can put a real baffle on it. So we'll get some fruit, not much, but I didn't expect to get any, so I'm happy with anything we get. Okay, so we're gonna go this way and talk about the pumpkin patch, which has been repeatedly attacked by crows. So we keep seeing crows out here, and I think the biggest hint that the crows are here and that they've been in the garden, besides if we don't catch them red-handed, is that they keep taking these tags out. And I have to come down here and replace tags. I mean, this is what I do now.
Well, that's when they don't take them to redecorate their nest.
Yes, sometimes they just take them away. They did that last year. They would just take away the tags. But yeah, they've kind of just been, digging like chickens do. They're scratching the ground. So I've had to replant a few things. But I don't know what it is they're digging for, but if anyone can understand crows, you got one on me. Okay. Moving on. This is just starting to seed, so here's the windmill. And I put what you're seeing there, those are hollyhocks and some poppies that I put down. I also seeded it completely with thyme. So I'm hoping that we get some perennial ground cover in there. And then every year, right at the feet, we'll put moonflowers. And so by, I don't know what, August, September.
Yeah, that's generally when they'll start blooming.
Yeah, and then the windmill is completely tied up.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it won't even move.
Yeah, yeah, so.
Windmill bondage.
We put up a little bit of garden art here, so this is worth looking at. It's just really cute. So we've got like little dragonflies. And then on this side, we put up this pretty thing. So these weren't expensive. They're just something we're not going to be completely distraught if they're destroyed. Zinnia's growing here in addition to rhubarb, one of the few rhubarb plants that I started from seed that actually look like it's going to make it. The clematis is all the way to the top of the arch here, which I think is really awesome. All right, let's go in. So the radish ground cover here, this is entirely Blair's creation. So honey, do you want to talk about what the radish is supposed to do?
Well, right in this area we have really poor soil, so it's very compact, so we got some daikon radish seeds. So that way it'll add more organic matter to the soil and expand it and hopefully be better next year.
Yes, so it puts down a really deep tap root.
And you can still eat them.
You can eat the radish greens. It puts down a really deep tap root, and that should loosen up the soil. So since the last garden video that I did, we have planted tomatoes. So this is the southernmost trellis, and it has a variety of tomatoes on it. I think all told we put 85 tomatoes in the ground, which is actually a reduction from last year. Believe it or not, it is. It's a reduction from last year. A few cool things to see here. We had this little square that once upon a time had an obelisk on top of it. It's just dug up soil, so I planted a bunch of zinnias in it. We have to put this fencing around, otherwise rabbits will come in here and destroy it. Chipmunks, I think, still get in, but they have been ignoring this so far. This is the butterfly garden right here. Not having a ton of success with the milkweed. All of it looks like it's a little nutritionally starved. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. We did lose one of the common milkweed plants, but I'm hoping that if I cold stratify a bunch of seeds this fall and put them down, that the milkweed will come back. Okay, so here, this is the onion patch. It's getting huge. I have to actually come down. But we also planted a couple of peppers here. Our peppers are not great this year. I'll explain why in a minute. This I love. This bed, oh my God, I love it so much. And mostly because of things like this. You know, you've got these absolutely gorgeous pansies that I started from seed. They're black, just so dark purple that they look black. And zinnias in the middle, but the pansies will all come back, I hope. So yeah, it's just exciting to see. This is the look at those chives. Oh my God, it's just amazing. A lot of people say that you're supposed to not allow your chives to do this because they'll spread all over the garden, but we've never had that issue. And I don't know if it just gets too cold here or what the deal is, but we really haven't had an issue with chives spreading. The asparagus, we started it all from seed, so we expect this is going to be a long process, but you can actually see the asparagus now. It'll be a few years before we get any of it, but it's looking pretty great. So this is exciting. This is something we started from seed, about a week ago, is the corn. Oh, honey, they've been digging in here.
Yeah.
But there is corn. It's just that.
Yeah, I'll put up some fencing today.
So yeah, we have to put fencing up because something's coming in and they're digging, and this is what we end up with. We visited the garden last night, and we had corn, and now we have pieces of corn. Okay, I'm getting stabby. All right, it's too early. It's too early for this. Okay. Oh. Something else was dug up here. Oh my God, and this really infuriates me. So I have had just so much trouble with peppers this year, and I think it's because I started them too late. And there was only one bell pepper that was ready to come down to the garden, and it apparently got dug up last night. Okay. Need to go to my Zen place. I'm in the garden.
Strawberries.
Strawberries are beautiful. We're getting quite a few, or we were. Yes, there are some strawberries down here still. Yeah, there are strawberries.
I saw one over here with the flush.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so we are getting strawberries. It's just I'm so frustrated that every step forward is 2 steps back this year. Yeah, it looks like I have some tarragon that is dying too. Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's looking okay. It's just part of it is dying. So this is all tarragon, rosemary. The sage I cannot get over. Man, look at that. And I planted one little sage plant here this year because I didn't realize how much of it was going to come back, and I didn't realize it was going to come back this way. Oh my God, it's just enormous. So I have enough sage for all of Coles County. And this is the fennel that came back. That's the lovage that came back. Artichokes. Oh, there's a big cicada or something on this one. On this artichoke right here. This leafy's on the underside of it.
Oh, okay.
Yuck. They don't really do any damage, but they're creepy little demons.
Was a creepy little demon.
This is some volunteer cilantro, which is hilarious. That's a Tamarillo, and I had to again put rabbit fencing around to keep things from digging it up. I seeded it completely with nasturtium and some dwarf sunflowers, so we'll see what comes up here. I love this patch. Oh my God. These flowers are gorgeous. I have to get some stakes because they're so heavy they're falling over, and they need to be like deadheaded a little bit. Irises get so slimy. But they're really beautiful. And then of course that crimson clover, and I crimson clover, so we will get more. So for the most part, these beds have not been completely planted, and that's mostly because of my pepper problems. And we may have to like throw in the towel and buy peppers that someone else grew, which I don't like doing, but we're really struggling with our peppers.
Yeah.
None of them even look all that good.
The nice thing is we can get the peppers from an Amish greenhouse, so it's spending our money local. It's not getting trash products.
Yeah, that's true. And if the phone mic didn't pick that up, he was saying that we can at least get stuff from the Amish. They've got a big greenhouse further up north, and so we're not getting junk. But it's still frustrating when I spend so much time growing things from seed, and we're just really struggling with peppers this year. So these are, on this side is kidney beans, basically. And on this side, the black beans have not come up yet. One of the few things that are not, oh yeah, oh wait, I am seeing germination here. Yeah, so there is one germinating there, but it's just, I don't know what's going on. It's just kind of been a frustrating year with germinating things. The strawberry plant looks great. Plants, I should say. I'm particularly excited about these because some of these are ones that I grew from seed last year, which is really hard to do.
Yep.
Yeah, but there is fruit. Yeah. So this is Tresca. These ones right here are that Blair is looking at right now are Deliz. And
I'm just
these
professional hand model.
yeah. And then these on the end are Quinaults, which are pretty reliable. Here we have, I think, yeah, this is some runner beans that we put in, and we're going to have to reseed because of digging. We put echinacea down on this side. This bed will be filled with echinacea. And then on this side, a lot of digging has been going on here, so we will need to reseed it, but there's some Chinese noodle beans that are coming up here. And then right down the middle is calendula. Here's a couple. Will also be a pepper bed. Right now it's got some very sickly looking Tequila Sunrise sweet peppers in it. I am hoping that these will rally. But yeah, like I said, I think we are going to end up buying a lot of peppers, and I don't like that, but I think I know exactly what I did wrong. I just started them too late and then tried to harden them off too quickly. All right, the raspberries I think are worth seeing. I think the last video they were starting to fill out, but now, holy crap, we are going to get a lot of raspberries if we can get down here in the mornings before the birds and squirrels come down. Squirrels, I think, will probably leave it alone because of all the thorns, but birds don't care.
Well, I'll just set the alarm for 4 o'clock in the morning and we can start getting up earlier.
Yeah, funny. Okay, this is garlic. Yes, indeed. Garlic very rarely disappoints. So the scapes are starting to come up. So garlic is usually, we're harvesting it around the 4th of July. So that's coming up. Oh, I do want to go back here for just a second because I think I forgot to show you all the potatoes. Look at those. They haven't even started flowering yet. And no joke, I've pulled out probably, I'm thinking 3 dozen volunteer tomatoes in this bed. Again, I wonder why I spend so much time growing these things with such care in the house when they'll just volunteer anywhere. Okay, let me go through the arch here. And this is one of the tomato rows. And tomatoes are looking pretty good. We're still working on soil health, so it's a process. It's not something that happens immediately. But they're looking pretty good right now. So both these rows we sowed with tomatoes. This little patch right here is root vegetables. And I think I've already raved about turnips, but oh boy. These are amazing, and kind of every morning we come down to the garden and pull a couple turnips, and that's like the morning snack before breakfast, are turnips, because they are so sweet and juicy, they're like fruit. This entire area from here all the way to the end, I seeded a couple days ago with edamame. I'm not seeing appreciable digging here, so it does look like these will have a chance to germinate. This is a bunch of peppermint balsam that's volunteering from last year. It's really beautiful, so I'm happy that the pollinators love it. And then coming around here, this is basil. We planted a lot of basil. So this is the one that we're probably both most excited about this year. Is a new variety. It's called lettuce leaf basil. So these leaves, it tastes like sweet basil, but these leaves will get really big and you can actually use them as wraps. The basil all looks fine. I planted a lot of it because I intend to stuff that we don't eat fresh or make into pesto. We're just going to combine all these different varieties and dry it. I think that'll make an amazing, dried basil. We seeded the end here, or Blair seeded the end with the daikon radish, just because we just have to keep working on the soil health. Okay, over here are carrots. These are the carrots that I grew from pelleted seeds, which I highly recommend, but they're really doing pretty well. Now that they have started to get true leaves, we can actually weed this bed a little bit better, but I grew like 5 varieties of carrots, and then the end is parsnips. Yeah, so that looks really good. Yep. This bed is always the first bed to be planted and the first one to be done, so you can see that the arugula is bolting. The leaves the flowers are tasty. Yep. Though. Like some people grow arugula, part of it anyway, just for the flowers. Mustard greens are still looking really good, but it is also getting close to bolting here. Yeah. And then this is a little stevia plant. I'm hoping that one does take off. Very excited about this. So this is the peas. Ooh, look at them. And we are actually seeing some. Yeah, look at that. So, the purple ones here, that Blair is showing you, these are shucking peas, so they have to get big enough to be shucked. They're green when they're shucked. The peas are green, but the pods are purple. The flowers are gorgeous. Okay, let's move down this row a bit because about half of this is planted with sugar peas. As you can see, these beautiful white flowers. They're going to be a little bit slower to start producing, but this variety of pea is Swenson. It's a Swedish variety, and it doesn't care about hot weather. So last year we were picking peas into July, which around here is unheard of. Okay, right here, more of Blair's work, really densely planting daikon radishes to improve the soil health here. And there we have planted the beginning of the row here is beans, which have been dug up, so we have to replant these. There are some that have germinated that the whatever is digging did not get to, and we are not sure if it's chipmunks or squirrels. It is some digging creature. This part that we protected with cattle fencing, wrapped with chicken wire, though, they are germinating and germinating pretty well. And what you're seeing here, this is a couple of volunteers from last year that are all the way up to the top of the cattle panel, but these have germinated, so they're looking pretty good. And then of course the elephant garlic all the way down the middle here, and the elephant garlic is getting scapes, so it is also pretty close to being picked. Okay. Well, so there you have it. That's the tour today. Kind of, well, I guess not entirely quick, but kind of a quick tour because it's pretty hot and steamy out here. So we're not going to want to hang out too long. But yeah, beginning of the gardening season is going to look really different every week, and I'll try to do these every week, but I can't guarantee that I'm always going to remember to do it. So
because we do have lives.
We do, believe it or not. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. Can't wait to see family next month, and hope that everyone enjoys taking a look at the garden. Local people, come on by and take a real look.
You can help us weed.
Have a great day, everyone.